How's it going, everyone? It's Zigzag here, and welcome back to another Geoguessr video. Today I'm starting a new series, so we made it to 1,000 rating with no moving, panning, or zooming on jewels, and now my goal is to get to the top 10 in the world without moving. I do think it is doable, but it's going to take a lot of episodes, obviously, so there's no better time to start than right now. Let's hit it. I dare say that we're going to take a few wins here at the start, because obviously being able to look around is so much easier than not being able to. But this one's going to be Tunisia with this follow car, and I think it's going to be Tunis or somewhere around there, because this is the light green car. We've also got hills in the background, which is very, very typical for the Tunis area and not very typical of the south at all. And so he actually goes in Jordan, so I have a feeling this one's going to be over pretty quickly. I mean, that is more than half the damage we need, and hopefully we just get one more hard round here instead of like a... Ooh, it is a hard round. Probably a bit too hard than what I bargained for, I'd say. So should be Europe somewhere, I guess. Let's just go in like Germany or something. Yeah, I mean, if we're not moving, we should probably go quickly here because he might be able to find some clues. Let's see actually what would have been around here. Yeah, I don't mind Germany here, honestly, with that. This pulpit here kind of looks a bit German to me. Ends up being in Ireland, which does make sense. It's not going to be enough damage to knock him out, but still, we continue to progress towards what we needed here. So the next one is Eswatini, I believe. Kind of looks like that with this soil. Obviously, the luxury of being able to look around here is huge. And I would say this is probably northern Eswatini, or at least somewhere in western Eswatini where you often get these pine plantations. Did we see any? I thought we saw some pines. Yeah, some over here. So I think it definitely makes sense. And it was in kind of more on the western half of Eswatini. We'll take it. Ends up being a 3-round victory. So I think that's going to be a little bit of an omen of how things are going to go here. I mean, I think I would have beaten him, NMPZ, even without panning or zooming there. Okay, we've got a 1,000 plus rated player here, and I think we're starting off in what appears to be Madagascar, which is not good. I don't really know my Madagascar coverage too well. So I think I'm just going to hit it in the center here and cut my losses. And yeah, there's a lot of coverage on the west coast, but there is some on the east, I believe, so I'm just going to guess in the capital here and hope for the best. Ends up being in the north, so that's a fine result. Fortunately, he didn't actually know, and yeah, we only lose 500 points there. I anticipate that most rounds are going to be much better than that for us, rather than much worse. Okay, so here we have a white car. We're driving left-hand side of the road. This feels like Borneo to me. Although it could be elsewhere. We don't have black and white striped poles, but I still think it is somewhere in Borneo anyway. And so I'm thinking of just guessing in Sabah here. Not really sure where it's going to be, but hopefully he doesn't have any access to signs. I think we should probably guess pretty quickly here, because if he actually does manage to make it to signs, that's really bad for us. But is this Peninsula? It is Peninsula. Whoops. So he'll find those and get a much better score than us here. I could have probably gotten that, but yeah, he gets a really nice score there. So immediately running into some problems here. I need to remember that when I'm playing 1,000 plus rated players, I can't just be complacent with my guesses. I still back myself to win this, but we'll see what ends up happening on this next round here, I guess. So this one feels like Western Europe somewhere. Yeah, I mean, it's Western Europe. I think I'm just going to go France here. Maybe Bordeaux area does make a lot of sense. The antenna's a little concerning. I could still see elsewhere here. I could still see elsewhere, but I think Bordeaux is a good shout, and there is a lot of wine regions around there, obviously famously, so I feel like, yeah, and the poplar trees also seem to fit, I would say. So let's see, and it does end up being in Hungary, so we're actually going to get 3-round knocked out here. Pretty unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. Okay, we finally got another opponent here, and this guy is particularly highly rated. I think he's got a purple border instead of a pink one. And so here we go, we are somewhere in Peru here. I'm not really sure how far north or south to go here. It is relatively green, but I'm thinking probably just central northern works quite nicely here, so let's go for that. Ends up being, yeah, central northern, I guess you could say, so not a bad guess here. 108 points damage. I mean, first round we got knocked out, we knocked him out in 3 rounds. Next round, it took 3 rounds to get knocked out, so hopefully this one's a bit more of a tight and interesting match. This one looks like it's going to be somewhere in, I would say, Norway, right? I'm just trying to look down here. This definitely feels like Norway, and I could probably work out the city here. Bergen would seem to make a bit of sense. Did not mean to move there, but I guess we'll take it. Yeah, I guess Bergen makes a bit of sense here. It's either that or Oslo, I think, with these kind of bridges and whatnot. But I feel like Bergen probably does have more prominent bridges like that. So yeah, it does end up just being Oslo, which makes sense. Or just nearby in Drummond. So I should probably utilize the tactic of guessing the capital city more often on the world map. It tends to be the way it happens in these world maps, that you get a lot of capital city action. So this one's somewhere in Czechia. Do we have the flag on the antenna? We don't. Or is it Czechia? I mean, I could still see it being elsewhere, maybe even Slovakia. I think the long antenna is more common in Slovakia, maybe even Croatia here. But no, it should be Czechia, I guess. I'm just going to guess near the border here. Probably makes a bit of sense to do that. Okay, and it ends up being all the way near Prague instead, and that was actually in Pilsen, and we take a bit of damage there, but again, we made it past round 3, so hopefully this is a good omen of what's to come. I think this one is Greece, no? We have a lot of a lot of number plates without any blue strips. So is Greece, we do have the language there. I think I'll just go Athens here because that tends to be the tactic, right? And so it ends up being in Patras instead. We're in Nakas land. Maybe that's his street, but okay, we do 10 points of damage, not too bad. So the capital city guessing not working out there, but you can see he is also employing the same tactic. And so here we have a healing round. Obviously, I want to take my time on this because, well, it doesn't really matter now because I'm going to get 1,000 points of healing, and that's all I really need. So let's just go straight in here, and it is going to be Greece, of course, with that language there. The blue and yellow signs are very common in Greece, very uncommon elsewhere. Ends up being all the way out near Bulgaria, so we may actually not make the full healing here. Yeah, we don't. Oh, we do. Very nice. We actually got... Did we get the exact total? Or just about the exact total we needed? Okay, good. This one is going to be somewhere in Colombia. 1.5 times damage here. It should be fairly into the mountains. I could see Medellin or Bogota area here. I'm going to go around Medellin, but I mean, yeah, it could be really anywhere here. I hope there's no big clues in the area. That is probably a good clue. In fact, I remember that town name. Is that near... It is near Medellin. Nice. Or maybe I don't remember it at all, but okay, that's really good damage there. 1.1k. He goes in Bogota, and ends up being a nice result for us indeed. And so we're back in Peru here. This one gives me like a very central vibe, I would say. Yeah, I'm just going to go central here. I don't really feel like it's too far north. I don't really feel like it's too far south, so I think this is a good guess, honestly. My Peru senses are still getting there. I feel like they're improving every week, but at the same time, yeah, it was pretty central, so not too bad. I mean, it's no surprise that he goes for the same guess there because, yeah, I mean, it was pretty generic. Okay, so next up, we're on 2.5 times damage. Here's the point of the video where we really need to stop making any mistakes. And okay, so we've got the Curacao car here. He's gonna know that, so we can just slam it in Wilhelmstadt here, and it was indeed a little bit further north, so taking a little bit of damage here, but we're in a commanding position. We've got a 1.5k points lead here, and I'm feeling good. Okay, does this look like Joburg Pretoria? I really think this looks like Joburg Pretoria. Yeah, I'm just going to go straight in for that. Obviously, you get a lot of that in the A Diverse World map. Still plenty of it inside this as well. I could also see Bloemfontein here. I'm not too worried about the coastal cities, and it ends up... He goes Mbabane, which is not a terrible guess, I guess, but yeah, good damage for us there. And ends up just being near Middelburg. And okay, so the next one here is Chilean, and that's a little bit scary because latitude guessing on Chile can be a bit difficult. This feels like Puerto Montt area to me. Feels a bit further south. I'm even thinking of going on the island here. I might go like there. Hopefully it's not as north as Temuco, but something does feel quite southern about this to me. I could even see it being like in some of these cities down here. Hopefully we would survive that if he manages to get them, but yeah, hopefully this is just a fine guess and we get some good points. And it was all the way southern, and did he get it? He didn't make a guess. Okay, that's a really good that's a really good thing because he probably could have won there, but putting the pressure on clearly does work, and so let's jump into the next game. Okay, on to the next one. We are like against like a 900 or 800 rated player this time. This one will be somewhere in Romania because we've got these red and white chevrons and the black backs of the sign. And when you're on a road with few clues, then you're playing against someone like this, it's best to just go. Although we do have a Romanian street sign here, so he'll probably get it based on that. And indeed, we have big place names, so he might even get very close here. We'll see. And he misses the country completely, so that is rather lucky, and we're going to do a good amount of damage here. I can see the Lithuania, but in the end, it's not the best guess, so I feel like we're probably going to take this guy out fairly swiftly unless we make a big mistake. And obviously, being able to look around, we can check the Google car here. We know it's Ghana, and so we can just go in pretty quickly. He will know it's Ghana. If he made it to this rank, he will definitely know it's Ghana. And I would say probably like near the lake here. I mean, I probably should have looked around a little bit more because these mountains are pretty tall for Ghana standards. Ghana's actually a country that does have some mountains, and he misses it. That is actually, well, we were closer to the lake, but not much. And we take him out in 2 rounds. There you go. So, really not sure how he managed to fail that with the Ghana car, but maybe he's just not really a car meta enjoyer. But okay, we're on 1,000+ points now. Let's see if we can push that even further here against our Polish friend here. And so what have we got going on? Another African round, probably Nigeria, I would say. We got English, so it's either that or Ghana, really. And we have the Ghana car. Okay, so I'd say, I would say Accra here, but I'm actually not too sure which one it would be. Let's go for Accra, and it ends up being in Accra indeed. He goes Kumasi, which is more of the central hedge, but I got the vibes for Accra, and it's a good start. So 603 points damage here. Moving on to the next round, feels European, or maybe somewhere in Middle East as well. We don't have blue strips, so yeah, it should be Tunisia here. Yeah, we actually have Greek. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. A lot of time in Greece, you are lacking blue strips, and so I'm just going to go Athens here. Don't really feel like it is Athens, but I feel like it is a city nearby, maybe Corinth or Patros or something like that instead. Yeah, it does end up being Athens, okay. Good result for us. Obviously, with the language there, he was never really going to fail it, but it is nice at least that we didn't lose any points. And so round 3 here is hard. No moving, panning, or zooming. This would have been death, but fortunately we can look around at the car, and it's still hard. Okay, I will just go American Samoa here, or should I go like a Christmas Island or Cocos Keeling? I might actually go... Let's try Cocos. Let's try... do we? No. I won't try Cocos. I will try American Samoa. Hopefully he didn't find anything here. But yeah, let's try American Samoa here. And it was actually just in Bermuda. Makes a lot of sense, but fortunately he didn't recognize the trekker. He goes to Madagascar. Understandable, I guess, but yeah, okay, that's fine. I should have checked the sun. That would have been really useful. But I don't think I would have gotten Bermuda anyway. Okay, next one here is somewhere in Eastern Europe, and we have a short antenna. I would say, what have we got here? Red, like house number. I could see like Croatia, or do we have any rifts? No rifts, so to speak, or to speak of. Maybe I'll just go Croatia hedge here, and it does end up being in Czechia. The house numbers remind me of Czechia, but the landscape didn't really. So we lose 1,000 points damage there. Not really my best guess. I can't really remember what the house numbers are like in Czechia, but I mean Croatia, but definitely not my best guess at all. And so here we are in Japan. And it feels like an older city, so Tokyo or Osaka probably make the most sense here. I went Osaka, and it does end up being in Hiroshima, so that makes a lot of sense. And we gain 1,000 points back, so we're both back to full health effectively, and the game begins now. So 1.5 times damage, we're in Ireland. I've got a 5K round here. Let's see if we can get close here. So I actually don't remember these place names, so let's see if we can get a good grip on it. So N70. So we got the 80 here. 70 should be somewhere around here as well. 72. I see 72. A little bit concerning. 71's around here, so I think we should be like on this road here then. And so we do end up getting rather close there. 1.5 times damage. I'm surprised he goes so quickly, unless it's the N70 up there as well. No, it's not. So not the best guess by him. Mustn't be much of a pinpointer, which is good. And the next one's a double damage round here, and do we appear to be in India perhaps here? Maybe not. Maybe this is just Europe. No, I guess it is India. We got a cross here. I'd love to move here, but I've got to come up with a decent guess. Is it India? Not really sure if I see India here. Maybe Pakistan, but we have a cross. Why would we have a cross in Pakistan? Oh gosh, I don't know where this is. I don't know where this is. Why is there so much stupid trekker on world map? I don't know. These people, what do they look like? Okay, well he's probably found something very useful. Unfortunately, I have not. This architecture in the background. Hedge it in Turkey? I don't know where to go here, man. Let's hedge it in Turkey. No, it's not. It's Christian, so we'll go Southern Europe then, okay? And it was actually in South America. Really lucky that he couldn't work out that it was Bolivia there, because that would have been death. Makes sense. But yeah, I did not think of Bolivia there, unfortunately. I should have checked the sun again, but it probably would have been hard to see regardless. Okay, this is Brazil, and it does feel rather far out there, I would say. So I might go like, Manaus kind of feels like a decent guess here. Might just go for that. Feels like we're going to survive. It could be like Roraima, could be Accra, so I'm hedging here. Or maybe I should have gone for a more assertive guess here, but, I mean, he'll probably do a similar thing to me, I imagine, so he'll probably survive it. If I had to say, I'd probably say Accra, but it ends up being Belém, so his Colombia guess is no good. We're obviously going to do a bit of damage here, 2.9k. Yeah, I probably could have gotten that if I was playing a bit smarter, but that's okay. Next one here is Korea, I think. Yeah, it's actually Taiwan, okay. And we have low cam, we have mountains in the background. I don't think it's Penghu County. Two number there. Yeah, I think it's just mainland Taiwan here. Those mountains are over there to our east, so that would make sense for anywhere, just about anywhere in Taiwan, I guess. I am wondering about the other places. Kinmen County could work here. We'll see. It could be over there. And it just ends up being on the mainland, so a good decision not to go for anything too fancy there. And we do 60 points of damage. So, moving on to 3.5 times damage. The game should be decided quickly here. He was Polish, wasn't he? Or was that my last opponent? Yeah, he's the Polish guy. So we've got a Poland round here. Probably should just go in and hope for the best here. I'm going to say Southern Czechoslovakia, or however it's pronounced. And wow, it's Katowice, and he goes all the way in, well, on the German border there. So we take him out on Poland, which is kind of lucky. I don't really know if I had the best vibe there, but hey, we'll take it. That's a really, really nice result against the Polish man. Okay, next opponent is Lomien Yeet from the Discord, so this should be a fun match. I know Lomien is a good player, and so first one here looks to be somewhere in the Baltics. I want to say we are probably just in, like, Estonia here, or, you know, you're liking the blue strip there. Could this ever be we've got a lot of Volvos. This could be somewhere in Sweden as well. I don't think it is, though. I'll try, well, let's go for Estonia. And it was Estonia, nice. A good last-minute switch there. Still was kind of worried about Lithuania because I kind of felt the architecture felt a bit Lithuanian, but okay, good result. And we're in Australia here, so let's try and capitalize on this. This is Victoria, and I would say Melbourne. I'm just going to go straight for Melbourne here. Hold up. Yeah, these are Victorian poles. Gotcha. I'm pretty sure these are Victorian poles. It is actually in Geelong. That's why it felt a little bit strange for Melbourne. He goes Albury, just as a hedge, and we take 700 points, which is good. Okay, very, very pleasing there. Next one. Oh, we have place names. That's not so good. I'm pretty sure it is just in... Yeah, okay. And this one is in Argentina. La Plata. Is La Plata down here? That's what I thought. Okay, landscape-wise, I would say it might be a bit further north. La Plata. I'd love to see that as soon as possible. This is kind of the area I was thinking. Don't see it. Okay, should we just guess here? We don't have place names. Dolores and La Plata. Dolores, La Plata. Mar del Plata I was thinking of. So maybe I just go down here. Yeah, but okay. What's the angle of the road now? Angle of the road is fairly north-south, although... Yeah, this is hard. Okay, hopefully he didn't actually find it and just went for a guess here. I do not see it, to be honest, so I'm just going to take one more look at the landscape. I'm going to go a bit further north. I'm going to go just in line with Buenos Aires here. Could see it even being a little bit further north than that. And he finds the exact spot. So that is unfortunate. We move away from a good guess here, and fortunately there's no multipliers there because... that's unfortunate. Okay, La Plata. I guess that kind of area would make sense for that name, so yeah. Okay, next one here should be somewhere in Europe, and I guess this is just somewhere in Romania. I'm going to go like northern mountains here, but okay, it just ends up being in the eastern mountains, which is fine. And we're going to do a little bit of damage here again, so still a fairly even game thus far, and we're moving into healing, which is fine for us. We would just get this one straight into Peninsular Malaysia with this pole here, and I would say maybe... Yeah, maybe just like somewhere in the center here makes a lot of sense, I think. So should be healing up to full points here, or at least nearly full points, and then we get into the multipliers where anything is really possible. So looking forward to that. Yeah, just near KL. Kind of suspected it might have been, and we basically get the maximum there. So that is good. He's back to full health, but we are only lacking 500, and we get a Poland round to fight with here. This one should be interesting. Very flat, very generic, I would say. Southern vibe, maybe, yeah, maybe just guessing near Lodge makes a lot of sense here, I think. And yeah, ends up being near Wrocław, or however you pronounce it. And we get 93 points taken off his health points. Okay, 2 times damage here. Should be somewhere in South Africa, I would say. Taking a look around. Yeah, this is probably South Africa. Maybe Botswana. I'm going to go here. I think that guess makes a bit of sense, and it ends up being right on the border there, so a good guess. He goes south of Joburg, so that's going to be a nice 750 points damage. Definitely solid there. Next one is going to be a 2.5 times damage, round 8 already. It's Lesotho, and it is pretty interesting, this one. Very like rocky and a bit dry. than what I was expecting to see, maybe. So I'm gonna go southern here. Not really sure if that's correct, but I guess we'll try and have this round be a learning round and see where it actually was. Obviously, the points are never going to be too bad in Lesotho, but it's nice to get the right area as well. And so this is a really cool little town here as well. Ends up just being near Maseru, probably makes a bit more sense. Okay, it's going to be significant points, 500 points damage there. We're both on about the same now, and we head into triple damage here, which looks to be a finish round, I would say. And on Finland, I'm thinking... Oh, is it Finland, actually? Language is weird. We have a really unlucky spawn here where... Okay, A, B... Oh yeah, it is Finland. It is Sweden. It is Sweden. And I would say a little bit above Stockholm here. Sundsvall probably makes a lot of sense here. Let's hope that I'm right. I think I'm right. And it ends up being, yeah, fairly northern, so actually pretty even points here. He's only going to do a bit of damage. And, yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, so I was really lost for words there because I was not quite sure until the last moment where I saw some Swedish language, but luckily I know the difference between the two. And this one is hard now. This is architecture. Ooh, wooden poles. Okay, wooden poles. Let's think about this logically. Wooden poles, so we got... Is this, Wow, we got... Okay, this is actually Portugal. Wow, okay. It's actually a hard round, so let's get him in to bat here quickly. Is that ocean there? I think it is. I should have guessed closer. Like, it's probably like around here or something. But okay, we saw the Portuguese pole. He'll definitely see that. The wooden poles make sense because Portugal actually does use quite a lot of wooden poles. And it was all the way in Funchal. That makes a lot of sense. So, I guess we're taking quite a bit of points damage here. Fortunately, he goes for the wrong set of Portuguese islands. But I didn't even consider that, to be honest. Kind of a bit of an oversight from me there, for sure. This one should be somewhere in Uruguay, I imagine. So I'm just going to go straight for it. I don't think I'm wrong here. I think these square poles are normally found in Uruguay. I think southern also makes sense here based on the climate. So feeling good about my guess. A lot of bamboo here. Ends up being in Uruguay indeed. So a bit of points for us. He's actually pretty close as well. So only 1,000 points, but still a good result, I guess. The next one's 4.5 times damage, and we should be somewhere in Eastern Europe here, I imagine. Yeah, so poles-wise, we look to be somewhere in... Ooh, what are these ones now? Bulgarian poles. Okay, let's go straight for it. I clicked right in the middle of the mountains, which is a bit of a risk, but I guess we are in quite a mountainous area, so I don't hate it. And it ends up being near Sofia there, so again, 4.5 times damage. Lomian Yit definitely pulling his weight here, 1,000 points, so it makes it completely even indeed. Just 15 points in it right now, 14 or whatever. And now we have a 5 times damage Norway, I would say. And I guess it's Norway. And I'm thinking of just going near Oslo here, honestly. I think that's probably a pretty decent guess, so let's just go for it. And it is just near Oslo, that's huge. So again, just making the better calls here constantly, and that's going to be another 1.3k. But now, we want small countries, not big ones. We want really small countries where we can whittle away and get advantages, and this one is one of those that is going to be somewhere in Switzerland. So let's look for language here. I don't think he's going to see too much. That says... Ooh, I don't even know what that language is, to be honest. I think it might be French. No barber here. Okay, so I guess that would be German. I don't know. Okay, so I guess I'll click more in the German. I'm just going to go near Basel here. I think it makes probably the most sense to do. So we don't see any huge mountains as well. Just going to guess central here. Let's do it. And it ends up being central. A good decision. So again, not too much points damage there, just 83 points. And now it really decides if we get a Russia or something. No, it's just going to be a Lesotho again. I think this is Maseru. So the multipliers just keep going up and up here. And I'm thinking Maseru is really a decent shout here. Definitely feels like that area to me. Maseru is like, you often see it when it's like quite urban, but there are mountains all around, because a lot of time in this kind of area here and this kind of area here, there aren't too many mountains with urbanization, but all throughout Maseru there are mountains like that. And it's quite dry as well, as opposed to the middle of the country. But it was not Maseru, it was actually up in that one, so I'll eat my words, and that is going to be 1.4k damage. Pretty huge, so the points go back to even. I knew I wouldn't get knocked out there, but I did realize that something like that could happen. And we are back with another okay, so we got German here. This one's quite flat and German, so let's just pick a place that actually fits here. I'm just gonna go in like kind of Zurich area. I think this really makes the most sense. So let's try it. And it was all the way near burn. That's probably game there. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how that's happened, man. 1.8k, we actually go down. I have to say, well played, Lomian Yeet. I feel like I had some really good rounds there. It was the Portugal one where I think I let it go most. But we only lose 4 points of damage, so that's chill. And yeah, I think I'll end off the video there. Unfortunately with a loss, but I'll be back with more of this. And so guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you want to see this one continue. Obviously, it's only up and up from here. And when we get some of these wins against these 1,000 plus rated players, these 1,200 rated players, we're going to go up massively. So the gains were small today, but they'll be big in the next episode, I'm sure. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in a video very soon. Goodbye.